What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? At this point, listen, okay? Before I get up into this video, I just want to put this out here. Baby, be respectful in the comments. Don't be ignorant, okay? My opinions are my opinions, and if I see some stupid mess, I'm blocking. I just cause I'm saying this because it's just been real ignorant for the past couple of days. Actually, yeah, for the past 3 days, actually. Okay. And it's quite annoying how people can be so gullible, and I see it's so naive, and it's not even necessarily that. It's just that people really do not know how to be humans. That's literally it. They don't know how to be humans with actual feelings, with actual real integrity and morality, and just put yourself in certain people's position, and what would you do and how would you want people to feel if you was placed in that situation. It's just really nasty out there right about now. And I'm not surprised, but just because I'm not surprised and I did know that this was gonna happen, I'm disgusted at the same time. But like I said, I already knew it was gonna happen. But I'm not gonna let that dampen my joy, okay? Truth be told, let's just get it to first of all, I don't know what's going on out here. I really don't. Because I woke up this morning, I looked at my weather app, and it said that the degrees was gonna be a little warm, and then it said haze. Okay, girl, I thought the haze was gonna go. No, girl. And when they said haze, I was like, "What's going on?" And see, it still say haze. Like it's. What does that mean? What does that mean? So I'm driving. Well, I'm getting a rad. Let me not lie on here. Okay. I'm getting a rad to go to work. Because today my Friday, baby. But I'm ready to get to work, and I just noticed like it's a little foggy out. And it's not even like clear fog, the white fog is like, like somebody been smoking, like somebody been hotboxing. For real. The smog got a little darkness to it. It got a little dark, dingy tint to it. And I was just like, okay, this is in the morning, so maybe this will clear up by the time I get out or whatever. I'm just going through a little stuff. I don't know what the hell it is, baby. By the time I got on Lakeshore Drive to come home, it was thicker than it was this morning, and I was really confused. I'm like, is somebody up there smoking something? It literally, I'm telling y'all, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. That's the best analogy I can give. Well, it literally, how when you hotbox, how it is when you hotbox, okay, that good. And that's literally how it looked outside. It looks like that, for real, but it don't smell like nothing, okay? Or remember when Canada was on fire and everybody and their mama was getting the smoke down here, and how hazy it was? It looked burnt in it. That's how it is outside. I said, what is going on? I'm a little nervous, okay? But that's fine, because I can still breathe, okay? That's fine with me, just don't rain. Just don't rain. Is it supposed to be hazy tomorrow? Girl, it's supposed to be 85 degrees tomorrow. So it's probably going to be like 70 something at the concert, because y'all know, going to see my girl tomorrow. I cannot wait. And it's not necessarily, most of it is because I'm going to see the show. And honestly, I can't say this. I have not watched I don't even think I watched a full 10 minutes of the show. I haven't. The only thing and I told y'all this, the only thing that I've watched was a couple of clips and a couple of interludes that kept coming past on my For You page on Twitter. That's it. Okay, and them were actually Blue Ivy doing the breakdown and all that stuff, whatever, and Rumi. That's basically it. I don't know for real how the set list gonna go, because one night it was this way and the other night it was that way. I don't know what's going on. I know a couple of songs that she gonna be doing, and that's just it. Kind of like when I went to Renaissance, I watched that concert a couple of times before I actually went. So I already knew what was going on, because listen, I was like doing choreography with her or whatever. Like, no, when you get to this part, everybody go pop, 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 pop. We gotta all go that. Okay, we was doing that. This time, I'm literally finna just be like, Okay, that's how I want to feel. That's how I want to feel, and it is what it is, so I can give my honest judgment, my honest opinion, because y'all know I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell y'all what it is. I'm going to tell y'all how it is. Do I feel like, here's my prediction, okay? Because I said, for me, I feel like at this point, nothing can, and I don't need to hear your opinion. If you already saw it, let me see it tomorrow, okay? Let me see it tomorrow and Saturday, okay? And then we'll come back and we'll discuss. For right now, the Renaissance tour and that album just was that was my album and that was my tour, okay? Like, I had so much fun. So much fun. The music related to me so much, and it helped me out so much. Y'all already know I was going through a tough time, okay? But, you know, vocally, I do like Cowboy Carter. Do I like Cowboy Carter more than I like Renaissance? Not really, but it's not even neck and neck. It's like Renaissance and then Cowboy Carter, and that's a good high. Okay, that's literally a good high. They are kind of neck and neck. Let me stop playing. They neck and neck. Okay, because I do play both of them, but I still play Renaissance a little bit more. But at the same time, I do love Cowboy Carter. But, you know, and it's a taste thing. It's a taste thing. I can understand if people don't get it or don't like it. That don't even bother me. But I just say, I just be honest. I still like Renaissance a little bit better. And Cowboy Carter's not a bad album either. And I know all the songs, and I'm finna be up there and I'm finna lose my life. So there's just that. So I don't know, you guys. I don't even know. My sister's supposed to be coming. Mind you, we all going tomorrow. Did they tell me when they coming out here? Because to get from where they at is like almost a 3-hour drive. You would suspect that they'll be out here tonight so that they can have some time to go and rest up, so we won't be having a rush and all that stuff. And you could be, but that's up to them. That ain't my problem. But anyway, what else is going on? So if you don't get some of the videos, y'all already know this is my off weekend. I'm basically on vacation. Also, just to let you guys know, The Chi is coming back this week on Friday, Thursday night, midnight. Or 11 o'clock if you out here. That's happening, and yes, I will be reviewing it. I'm so annoyed slightly that the season finale for Raising Kanan season 4 is coming on tomorrow night / Friday, and even I'm not going to be able to review it on time, but you know, you guys still get it, but I'm going to still watch before I can review it and say anything, because I do got to keep up. And the only reason why I did, because when my sisters are here, I don't put up videos, so you know, that's just time for me to just take a break and just to actually enjoy myself, and that's just what it is. Also, speaking of all this stuff, these apps and stuff, HBO Max, what is your problem? I know y'all waiting for stuff, but I got to get, because this, it really ain't much to talk about. It really ain't. I was really scraping at the bottom of the barrel. Okay. But HBO Max said that they finna bring back, well, I should say Max is going back to HBO Max. Why did you change it to HBO Max? Well, why did you change it to Max in the first place? Tell me that. I can't remember. Second of all, why did you even put it as HBO Max? That's another thing. Third of all, just keep it as HBO, okay? Fourth of all, change the color black to blue. When that shit updated, I said, why is it this disgusting looking black, gray? What is this? What is this? I said, it just looks so ominous. It just looks so, it just looked not inviting. It looks so serious. Why so serious? You know, it's look like that. And I'm like, turn it back to blue. Because first of all, blue is my favorite color. And I like that color blue that they had. Come on, do all that. Also, another little update. I don't know if you guys watched the, what is it? Mara Brocka Kill. She did the show Forever on Netflix. Teenage, coming of age story. Love story and all that. Teenage, preteen, young adult type of situation. I've seen so many people on my timeline talking about it. I have not watched it yet, but I am so glad at the reception of it, because y'all know how it is for us to get a black show that's positive for the most part. You have more positive aspects and, things being shown about the black community and black people in general on there than it is negative. And from what I haven't watched it, but from what I saw on the preview of it, from what I've been seeing from people tweeting about it, that's what it's given. And this is what is needed, because this is the type of representation we need to take over. We need to get out of that mind frame of just want to put everything out there about us being negative, putting up a show. Yeah, we could still have them, but let's the drug shows or the gang shows or this and that and poverty and all that stuff, the negative, because that does happen. But again, like we always say, black people in our stories are not a monolith. We're not the same. Okay, we have so many different aspects out there that we can talk about and different genres that we can venture off into, and it's up to us to actually sit there and take it in and get that word of mouth out there so that we can continue to have more of these, okay? Because you can't keep complaining about the fact that, oh, we don't see this, we don't see that, and once we get this or that, you don't support it. And so therefore it gets canceled. Just like with some of these shows that's being canceled now. Equalizers is canceled. Kind of knew that was going to happen. Papa's House is canceled. But thank goodness Forever got season 2 renewal on Netflix. Baby, I'm so close up to the camera. My hands look like big giants and shit. Season 2 renewal. I know the girls and the people on Twitter. I know they so happy. I'm so happy for y'all. I'm going to watch it. I have not even watched The Residence yet. Okay, I have not even watched that yet, and I heard good things about that. But I got time, because now I ain't got nothing else to watch anyway, so I'm gonna just sit there and I'm gonna watch it. Both shows actually, because like I said, I want to show support, because I like hearing positive things about us, right? About us. Also, what else is going on? Since we talking about, because mind you, I'm going out of order, and just really wasn't much to talk about, because I want to get the positive out the way, for the most part, if you want to call it that. Tyler Perry. Oh, Tyler Perry. Girl, Tyler Perry about to do it to us 2 more times, okay? He said, give it to me 1 time, boom. Give it to me 2 times, boom. I said, all right, hold on. What's going on? Tyler Perry is about to release, because we seen the trailer just came out today, actually, for the new movie called, well, let me look up my notes. Is it Swarm or, girl, what the hell is the name of it? Well, actually, if you actually looked at your notes, you'll know. Don't come for me. Please don't do that. Straw. I knew it was an S. As in, this is my last goddamn straw, bitch. Okay. Now, this is the movie that has Taraji P. Henson in it. Not only do it have her in there, Tiana Taylor is in there playing this FBI negotiator with a beat face and a badass wig. And when I say badass, it's bad. Okay, not in a good way, but it's Tyler Perry, good, and it also has Sherry Shepherd in there. All right, and of course Taraji is in there. And as I was looking at the movie, basically it's this black woman who has a child. I'm pretty sure she's a single black woman, and she's trying to get medication for her child, and she's not able to get that medication, and I think she was trying to get some money out of the bank, because what it seemed like is that the medication probably went up. I said tariffs, Trump, it was giving that. And so she had to go to the bank and try to get a little money, get a little loan and all that stuff or whatever. And they just wouldn't give her no money. And next thing you know, I don't know if she was in a bank or something. Okay. Either way, it was all because she needed some money to get the medication for her daughter. And from the way that it was looking in the trailer, the daughter was in desperate need of it. It was like one of those life and death type of situations, medications type of situation. Yeah. And she basically wound up holding up the bank or whatever the fuck, trying to inadvertently, like that wasn't the plan, but it just so happened because I'm in my last straw, bitch. I done went through so much thing. You know how Tyler Perry is, bitch. Just Black women in struggle. We can't never be happy, bitch. We can't start out happy in this shit. We gotta end up happy. Oh, we gotta work to get happy. But you know what? We can talk all the shit we can, but we know damn well the majority of us finna sit here and tune in. Now, see, the only issue that I had with this whole movie, first of all, when I looked at the trailer, it looked like John Q, but a woman's version. It literally is John Q. And for that reason alone, I'm gonna actually watch it for real, because even though that movie is very hard for me to watch, I did like that movie. Every time it comes on, baby, I be snot crying. Like, give him a heart. The shit. And then I think of John Q right about now, and it's making me think of Luigi. Okay, it's like I get it. He ain't have to do that, but I get it. Insurance company, all that stuff. We shouldn't be having to go through all of that. Okay, you know, people trying to live and y'all trying to take the people out for money. Well, I get it. You know, Kimberly Elise, she be just snot nose crying. Oh, I feel so bad. Like Kimberly Elise, we lost her. That's one of the ones that we lost. Like she's still here, but you know, she'd have crossed over to the Uber kind of cult like Christianity. You know what I'm saying? You don't even, I don't even recognize her. I said, girl, this ain't TT from Set It Off. This ain't her no more. Okay, this ain't the mama from Hit the Flow. This ain't her no more. You know, it's giving woman Arthur Loose times 1,000. I said, oh my God, where's old girl who was about to shoot her husband on Almost Christmas? But, you know, we're going to pray for our sister. Keep her in there. Okay. But, yeah, so you got that. And the only thing that I have with this movie is the fact that Taraji came out and told them that, yeah, they filmed that whole movie in 4 days. Oh, good old Tyler Perry. That motherfucker said, I'm not finna pay y'all. I'm gonna pay y'all what you're worth. But after that, that's it. I'm not paying time in half, okay? 5 days. He said, no, we can do this in 7, but less than that would be even better. And they said, okay, I see your 7 and I'm gonna give you 4. All right, that's doable, bitch. I said, you know what? All right. And then he got a new TV show that's finna come that's about to be in the Sisters universe, and it's called Divorce Sisters. I'm not even going. It's coming on BET Plus. I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a couple of looks because LaToya Luckett is in there playing one of Divorce Sisters. Sisters, okay, not sisters, sisters, SISTAS, you know, sisters, okay, and I just don't trust his shows like that anymore. You know, I really don't, because the way he be dragging it out, like I have not watched Sisters in like probably 2.5 seasons, if that, probably even more. And Karen's still pregnant. Is she about to give birth anytime soon? Y'all know KJ Smith, the one that played Andy on Sister, who got married to Jacoby from Sisters. Okay, who's what is it? Eva's character, Madam's nephew on All the Queen's Men, and he used to go by Alvesta, because that's how I remembered him when he used to be a dancer. Yeah, they're married and they are now expecting their first child together. And I mean, congratulations to the both of them. It's giving a lavender marriage, but you know, do what you need to do, okay? Do what you need to do. I'm going to need them to stop playing with their faces, though, okay? Because they were both beautiful regardless, but I need them to stop playing with your faces, all right? No more fillers, no more Botox. Y'all are fine, beautiful black people. Leave it alone, okay? But congratulations. But back to this sisters thing, divorced sisters and all of that. By the time I got through watching Sisters, or I gave up on watching Sisters, I used to have a couple of favorites. And by the time I was done with it, for real, I couldn't stand none of the characters on there. And that's how I know a show is no longer for me, when I cannot stomach to watch any of them, okay? I can't even, one person couldn't even hold it, because at one point, I really liked Maurice and I really liked Danny. Danny pissed me off and was just acting dumb. Her character just turned real stupid. Maurice, he was just doing the absolute most and being stupid. I couldn't stomach it anymore. I just couldn't do it. And so I just had to get you up out of there, you know, and that's just what it is. Now you got Divorced Sisters, and I just feel like, first of all, that is such a lazy title. That is such a lazy title. We couldn't come up with something better, something that's going to draw the people in a little bit more. But hey, people are going to watch. I believe that Kadeem Ellis is in there too. That's Duvall, who plays Zach on Zatima and Sisters. That's his wife, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be in there. She's one of the ones that they're focused on. I mean, I give it a couple of tries, and if it's cute, I'll talk about it, but ain't no I just don't like the name. I just don't like the name because it sounds so generically lazy. That's just what it is. But anyway, that's all I got on Tyler Perry and his shenanigans. Do I really want to go into all of this stuff first? Y'all like, yeah, bitch, go ahead. Okay, well, let me just do it. Because first of all, did y'all hear about the Pope? I got a new Pope. They gave him name. Now, let me tell you something, honestly, because I am not into the religion like that. I'm the Catholic religion and all that stuff. I did not know that they gave these popes the new names. Like, they already had their names. Like, his name, the Pope that we have, he was Cardinal Francis Prevost. Okay. And now he's the new American Pope. I believe, like, this is the first time that they didn't have an American Pope. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, and I'm not trying to offend nobody in their, their religion and their Christianity. You know what I'm saying? But we got a new Pope, and he's an American Pope, and not only is he's American, he's from Chicago, okay? Or at least a suburb from Chicago, from the South Chicago, okay? And he a little spicy. He's not all the way white. He's not all the way black, okay? He got a little Creoleness up in his bloodline, little slight color in his bloodline. But, by the time we get to him, kind of phased out. So there's that. And they call him Pope Leo the 14th. All I know is he don't like the man that's in president, and they are really upset about him being in the popehood. And I'm pretty sure that he don't like the gays, but that's to be expected. So there's that. Like, you win one, can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point. Certain things you got to pick and choose your battles, and you can't really get upset about it because you already know how these things go, right? Right. But I meant to talk about that. Now, how did y'all feel when I know you saw this. Like, what is going on with the White House? Who the fuck is running that account on Twitter? Because the way that they run that account like it's a gossip blog, and not like it's a gossip blog being ran by a teenager to a young adult. And when I say young adult, I mean 20 to 21. That's it. Like, the lingo, the way that they put that picture of, Trump as the Pope, like that to me, like, I'm not even the most religious person. You know what I'm saying? But I felt some type of way. But I said, I feel like this is a little blasphemy. What is going on? I was like, what the hell is happening? And then y'all got a nerve to feel some type of way about who the new Pope was when y'all just did some shit. Like, girl, shut it up. Okay, just shut it up. All right. But they said he finna bring juking all up over there at the Vatican. They finna be juking on the Vatican, bitch. Footworking like a motherfucker. Bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Bang. Girl, they better be playing that up at the stadium tomorrow, okay? Can't wait, you guys. Anyway, see, I can't even concern myself. This is just because usually on any other day, this shit probably would have pissed me off. I mean, it has, but I got other stuff to look forward to that I actually give a damn about. That I know it's not gonna be ignorant. Baby, did y'all see that one? I think like one of them days up in I keep putting shit out. That one of them concerts days out there and that mini residency that she did out there in California where they was fighting. First of all, them bitches was a little bit too big and too old to be fighting like that, okay? And when I say old, they look like they was around my age. Why are y'all, because we all got the same body type, why are y'all up there fighting like that, okay? Now listen, somebody said don't be fighting up there. How you gonna be fighting at a Beyonce concert, baby? Just about every Beyonce concert I went to, they was fighting there. Y'all don't understand why y'all be thinking she is exempt or certain people are exempt from stuff happening, okay? I seen that video where them girls was fighting at the weekend concert. And see, this is why I cannot do level 100, 200, 300, even, bitch, I never do a 400. I can't do them tall levels, okay? Because the way that them seats be up in them stadiums or whatever, and let a bitch push or get into a fight, everybody finna start tumbling down. That shit scares me, okay? Absolutely the fuck not. I sink the inside of the spear on a video or whatever. I would never. Put me on the floor, bitch. I cannot. I already have anxiety. Bitch, I had an anxiety attack 2 days in a row. Monday and Tuesday. Was it yesterday? No. Sunday night, Monday morning, and Monday evening too. I said, what the freak is going on? All right, what the hell is going on? Mind you, I'm out of my anxiety pills. But see, there's that. And I don't even know where it came from. Maybe it's because I'm a little excited. And mind you, when it came on, I was about to get ready to go to bed. I said, bitch, why are you anxious to go to bed? What's going on? What's got your nerves popping? I was like, bitch, calm the fuck down. You know, I got to tell myself that sometimes. Like, bitch, calm the fuck down. Okay, you know goddamn better. You better than that, bitch. Stand the fuck up. Okay. You know, I had to do that, right? But yeah, it did talk about some don't be smoke. Bitch, what concert you go to that they don't light up? And that the artists don't know that they be lighting up? I think at this point, that's a given rule that somebody gonna smoke at the concert. And I'm talking about any concert, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. So we got that out the way. One of the big news that's been happening, and I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, I cannot stomach hearing, it's also giving colorist. I cannot stomach, let me see, hearing, all of the details. Yeah, that's what she's talking about. I can't, stomach hearing all of the details about this Diddy trial. And I already knew that I wasn't going to be following it, you know, like everybody else or most people that's going day by day and, you know, this person this and this person that. Honestly, all I want to know is the main thing. Somebody give me, a summary. I don't want to sit there and listen. Obviously we're not going to be able to listen because there is no cameras or anything in the court. But you do have people that are basically transcribing what was said and putting it on social media so people can follow along. And I just cannot. After listening or reading the situations with Cassie when she got up there, I think she was supposed to finish testifying today, but she definitely got up there yesterday. Before that, it was the male escort who said he was escort/stripper, whatever. And talking to... I'm sorry, because I do not like when people get taken advantage of. And I feel like to try to incapacitate somebody and to basically use a woman's body or even a man's body in a way that is so degrading to them, and then you supposed to act like this supposed to be love. You supposed to show me this supposed to show me that you love me. I don't like when people get abused or hurt in relationships. I don't like when people get abused or hurt in general. That's why I be so passionate and I be so strong in my feelings about when people say they support certain people. What the fuck is this? And I just be like, I don't understand how y'all can stomach that. I'm just not built that way. Because I come from a family who has had abuse in it. My mother has been abused. My mother has been abused in many ways. And so maybe that's my reasoning as to why I feel so strongly about not supporting people like R. Kelly, not supporting people like Diddy, not supporting people like Chris Brown, not supporting people like Tory Lanez, not supporting people like a DDG. Okay? I don't like that shit. I don't like it because once you've been there, whether it happened to you, whether you've seen it happen to people that you care about and there was nothing that you could do about it, you're not going to stand up for that. And you're not going to be in a situation, if you are that type of person, you're not, this is what I would think. You wouldn't want to be around that and support anybody that does that. And so it baffles me when I see all these, especially women who are the ones that's really like the men that's giving. I already know a lot of these niggas gonna do that because y'all give, a lot of them give very much incel. A lot of them give, they do not care about women. They do not care. No, they don't even like women. And it's not even meaning that they're gay or DL or anything. No, they don't like women. They don't respect women. They really just feel like women are there for their pleasure and their pleasure only. And they don't need to have a brain. They don't need to say anything. Just let me fuck on you and go about my day. That's all you good for. They don't like you otherwise. Okay? That's what it gives for a lot of these men. It's not all of them, but a vast majority. Okay? And it's very sickening. So to hear, or I should say to read and to see what was being done to Cassie, and to have people sitting on their fucking devices and putting out either in video form or in tweets or whatever, and literally saying, well, why didn't you leave? Literally saying, oh, you liked it. That's why you was there, because you getting gifts and stuff on the back end and all that stuff. And listening to niggas that say shit like that, Boosie, bitch. And I'm like, these are the people that's influencing the younger generation, right? They listen more so to these rappers and these streamers and all of this stuff. And we see a lot of them are very much red pill type of people. Very anti-woman, black people, anti-black woman, okay? Doing the right thing or whatever, doing any and everything to just, get views or to get hits or whatever it is, right? And they, for some reason, figured out that formula. And we have literally seen that really been going on for the past few years, but most prominently in the past couple of days or so. To sit there and to say, well, why didn't you leave, as if you do not understand in the year of 2025, the psychology around abuse, domestic violence relationships, Stockholm syndromes, and the reason why people, whether it's money involved or not, because some of y'all people stay with raggedy ass niggas after getting their heads knocked in multiple times and getting pregnant by them multiple times and still staying, and they ain't got shit to show for it. But yet you want to judge this girl, this one, well, she was a girl at the time when she got with him, and it's like that girl was literally groomed. And I say girl because when she got with Diddy, she was 19 years old. And he took advantage of that. That's grooming, okay? That is grooming. And you want to understand why she stayed? Because one, she felt like she had to. Two, she was 19 years old and basically made to feel like she was in love with this man. She eventually fell in love with this man. She didn't know no better. I heard this was the first time she ever gave fellatio was being with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can just only imagine what that was about. Oh my God. And then it's just people that still want to sit there and judge her. Oh, this is why you still got paid. Yeah, bitch, pay me for my motherfucking pain. After all of the shit that I read and heard people say that was coming from that goddamn trial and from her testimony, and the way that he really used her body like a cum bucket, like it was trash, something like it was a toilet. You could just come do your business on me, and then I supposed to feel like this is love. Like, you want me to really believe that you love that lady? You love her in the public. You loved her, quote unquote, around your friends and your family, but in private, you degraded the shit out of her. You drugged her up to the point where it came to a routine that she already knew the deal, to the point where she went on ahead and booked the hotels, and she went on ahead and said do this and do that because she already know what the fuck you like. Just to do what she got to do just to get along. Because you won't get her ass beat, but she probably still gonna get her ass beat. You basically trafficked this girl, okay, to have these so-called freak-offs and them to be lasting days, and to be having multiple people taking advantage of her body to the point that she's bruised up, she's bleeding, her mouth has sores on it. Her body is fucking damaged because of you. And you want me to believe that you loved her? You want me to believe that this man is fucking innocent of just about everything? Absolutely the fuck not. Now, do I say, is he going to go to jail? I don't know. But I would never look at him the fuck the same, especially after hearing that. And at this point in time, the fact that Cassie is sitting up there good and pregnant, and she has gone on to find her happiness, I don't feel she has any reason to lie. Especially after that video came out and they had to reach. I feel bad that she has to relive this, but I also feel so happy that she is able to get up there and to tell her story and have nobody else tell it for her. I know the defense is going to try to cross her up and everything, and that's just to be expected. But she's getting up there doing what a lot of women wish, and a lot of victims of domestic violence wish they could do, wish they could have the strength to do. Because some of them wants to do that, some of them have done that, some of them can't do that because they're still scared. Okay? And then you see how the world treats people who come out, especially women, who come out and say that they were abused by powerful people or abused in general. They try to cover it up, or they try to say that you're lying, or they try to say, oh, you wanted it. Oh, you was getting paid. You could have left and all this stuff. Woo, woo, woo. When they were saying how all these people, and she was saying how all the circle of people that he had, and she was naming fucking names that basically kept her in line and punished her and did this, took shit away from her, took a car, took her money, took this and all that stuff. As soon as he said that, bitch, I will sign you to a 10-album deal. That's where the shit started. Knowing that she wanted to be in this industry, probably wanted to be famous, probably wanted to be a famous singer and all of that stuff. And you threw it out there, a 10-album deal, bitch. Who the fuck? And we only got one? She said we couldn't even get a chance to go in the studio and continue to work on the whole album because of all of the shit that he had her doing. Like, you, on her cycle, you had them motherfuckers coming inside of her on your... I don't give a fuck about the shit that the escorts or whoever the fuck did to him. It's all about what was done to her. Okay? Because he's running the show. Bitch, is my shoulder slumped? I'm so sorry. Because he is running the show. With his money, with his power, with his status and all that stuff. That, first of all, you got to be such a twisted, diabolical ass, non-feeling person. You're not even a person to do some stupid, some nasty shit like that. First of all, and then to get all of that money and to do this and to play into your fantasies and to play into your pervertedness, okay, to the point where you have to pay off people. You see, that's what happened with R. Kelly. And that nigga basically broke for the most part. That's why he wanted money for the publishing and all that shit. Okay? You had to pay off so many people to keep quiet. I cannot do anything like that because that would have me worrying so much if this will get out. Yeah, I paid this person this much money. I put this in place, but all it takes is for one time for them to want to go outside that shit and say some stuff and to actually be having proof of it. I stand with Cassie, and I really feel like it was fucked up that his lawyer said that they wanted her husband to be not in the courtroom when they was talking about when she was giving her experience, whatever. So you want to ban her emotional support. That is also another form of, he's still being manipulative. He's still being controlling. There it is. He's still doing it. That was a form right there. Manipulation, control, all of that shit comes in so many different forms. And that was just one of them. Meanwhile, your daughters and your family in the courtroom listening to all your shit, being your goddamn support system. How come her husband can't? And why? And I understand that the kids are there because that's their family, that's their father, whatever. But you know, they said that the daughters had to get up and leave, especially during when the escort was talking and all this stuff about their father and everything and what he was into. My whole thing is I wouldn't want to sit there, especially after hearing about what's been going on in the press, even talking to him, probably on the phone or whatever. I still wouldn't be able to be in that courtroom and to listen to every freaking nasty detail. And for my image of my parent to be ruined. Because regardless of the fact that they probably are going to still support him and probably still look at him as the best father in the world, because they probably didn't, a couple of them, the daughters, probably didn't see a lot of this stuff going on, didn't know a lot of this stuff was going on, didn't know the stuff about their mother. That can tarnish, for real, still make them feel a way about their father, about their parent, you know? And I just wouldn't be able to be up in there. That's just me. I honestly feel like they shouldn't be in there because, and this is what bothers me so much when it comes to abusers. Y'all have daughters a lot of the times. Y'all have mothers and aunties and all this stuff that you arrive for. But yet you decide to take your anger out on women and to the spouse that you say that you love, that you wind up having these kids with. If you want a deep breakdown analysis of the actual court case and what's been going on, like I said before, go to Jay Lee's corner. She's thorough. She always gets up there, do a live, and you can catch the replay. And I mean, she goes through everything, and I just love her for that because I just can't sit through it and listen, read the stuff because, baby, it made me so mad and sad because we live in a fucking world where you can hear, you can see, you see the proof, you hear it, and you have people that's still gonna be like, oh, this didn't happen, free that man. Well, why didn't you leave? You disgust me. You disgust me. Baby, I've been blocking so many people all day. For the past few days. I've been blocking so many people. You support abusers. You support any form of abusers. I'm sorry, I can't. Maybe you the type of person that can, oh, well, their art is this or whatever. No, I'm just not, because especially like when it comes to R. Kelly, I know some of y'all that still listen, but knowing that a lot of those songs was about young girls, I can't listen to it. I can't. He ain't even that good of a singer anyway. Yeah, I know y'all better argue me in the comments. He's not. He alright. He ain't nothing to be calling home to the moon. Baby, let me tell you something. And because I gotta be real. If it would have came out something about my girl and her family had anything, baby, I would have had to cut it off too. It would have like that shit would have hurt me so fucking bad. Woo! But shit, I would have had to. I would have had to. Who the fuck is this? What is it? I just would have had to, you know. Because you can't say one thing and do another and give this person a pass and all that stuff. Absolutely not. You got to stand 10 toes down. I don't like when people pick and choose. I don't want to be a bitch that pick and choose. Just because I like you so much, I support you so much, but baby, I'm going to have to call you out and I'm going to have to step the fuck back because no, that's just how I am. Speaking of, okay, we get onto this goddamn Tory Lanez, bitch. It's not funny. But I'ma just say this. To the free Tory people, I hope you do not follow me. Okay? I really don't want you following me at all because you don't have common sense or a serious bone in your body. All right? Your morality is purely flawed. You hate women. You probably hate yourself. Okay? You probably witnessed abuse in your own household and you probably have come to the conclusion that you probably think that that's okay. You probably feel like abuse is love to you. You need help. You need help. So it came out and it said that allegedly, because I'm saying allegedly, Tory Lanez got stabbed. He got ping ping, not ping ping ping. He got up in the courtyard, right? While he was up in jail. And they said, oh, he had to go to the hospital. All right. I said my mama a gift. She just got it. Because I love my mama and I respect her. Okay? Do you? But anyway. So yeah, he got okay, up at in like I don't know what the fuck he was, but he was in jail. Right? He was in the child line. I don't know what the fuck, but I just know he got shanked. Okay. Am I gonna sit up here and I'm gonna gloat about it? No, I ain't gonna gloat about it because I ain't that type of person. But am I gonna act like I give a damn? I don't give a damn. I truly don't. I truly don't. And you cannot sit here for the free Tory and oh, this man's life could have been taken. Well, you want us to have sympathy for somebody that didn't have sympathy for the person that they harmed and to this day is lying about harming said person. To this day has had a narrative out here and who has had a craze following because they hate women too. It's not because they support Tory. They hate women and they're playing follow the leader because of other, big celebrities that came out and said some things and because that certain celebrity don't like them. So therefore let's hop on the free Tory train because, that issue. Because no, we can't think on our own. Because if you were to think on your own, you will understand that a lot of this shit don't make sense. All right. So you want us to have sympathy. You want the people in general to have sympathy for them or for him because you do. But when it came time to have sympathy for his actual victims, and let's say victims, because not only was he did what he did to Megan, because he did that shit. Okay, you can argue amongst yourself. You can be in denial all you want to. He did that shit. He also was abusive to other women. You know what I'm saying? Previous to this. He also had a gun charge. He's a fucking felon. And even if he wouldn't have got caught or again, and this is what y'all need to understand. You keep on talking about free him. And then you want to blame Megan for this situation. And even his people want to put out there all of this happened like a couple of weeks after something else happened with Megan or something like that. Quit putting her name up in this because this ain't got shit to do with her. She put a restraining order on that motherfucker so he can't say nothing about her. That don't mean that she's going to be over there concerning herself about him. The restraining order gave her that little bit of freedom so that she won't have to worry about that motherfucker for a time. Okay? Because he can't say nothing about her. He can't do nothing about her. So why would she even fucking risk or have this big entity? Because according to y'all, Rock Nation did this, Rock Nation did that. Y'all acting like Rock Nation is God Almighty himself. And that is scary. Are you okay? Why do you put so much power and control into this Rock Nation and Jay-Z? You want to blame everybody except for the person that actually did it and the person that actually did it in them two occasions. It's okay. You can still like a person if you want to, and you can still say, the motherfucker was wrong. He's paying the price for what he did. Still fuck with his music though, but he was wrong. You can say that. I would rather you say that than to be stupid and just be like, oh, he didn't do nothing at all. He had a fucking gun on him. So whether or not he would have been charged about Megan harming her, you still had a fucking gun on you and you're a felon. And you're not supposed to have that on you. So you still going to jail anyway because of that. You're still going to do some time because of that. So in all essence, he put himself in prison. He put himself in jail, you know. And again, I want you guys to hear me clear. Megan didn't press charges against him. The state of California did. The state of California subpoenaed her to come testify. And because she got subpoenaed, that's the only reason why she came down there and testified. Because if that didn't happen, she never would have said anything. She said that herself. And I 100% believe that shit. Because if it could avoid all of this, you know, pick-me-ish, male identified type of shit that's going on from men and women, I'm pretty sure she would have opted to stay the fuck quiet. But guess who kept on saying shit? Guess who got it here? Tory. So you need to blame him because he brought it to the fucking internet. He kept on throwing shots. He kept on paying the blogs and having these people saying shit until she got fed the fuck up and came on out with the stuff. So you got to remember that before you go on to this. Oh, she put him in. No, he put himself in there. Okay. She put himself in there. Or I should say he put himself in there. Okay. That's just what it is. Now, when it comes down to this situation in the courtyard or whatever the fuck it was, do I believe it happened the way that they trying to say it happened? Absolutely not. Do I believe it happened extensively as they said it happened? Absolutely not. First of all, you're saying that you got stabbed 14 times, 4 in the torso, a couple of times in the head. You had 2 collapsed lungs. Both of your lungs was collapsed. That means you was and you told your daddy, oh my God, you talking. That's what you doing. That's what you doing. Because his daddy said the last words that he said before he was airlifted to the hospital or something like he was prepared to go or something like that. I said he can talk with 2 collapsed lungs. And then you, in that same day, not even a full day, same few hours, you were intubated and then you was extubated. So you was on a ventilator because you had collapsed lung and then you was taken off within that same time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not how that works. And it's a lot of people who work in trauma. It's a lot of people who work in ER. It's a lot of people who work in those situations that know that it are coming out and saying that it's not how it works. That is not how it works. Okay. Do I feel like he got attacked? Do I feel like he got injured? Yes. But do I feel like it's to the point of what, he said it is? Absolutely not. Mind you, now we're doing the same thing that he did to her and have his people did for Megan. Oh, she didn't get attacked. Oh, she didn't get shot. No, it's just glass. Baby, you didn't get attacked. The knife was or the little shank was on the counter and you ran into it 14 times, according to you. Nobody did anything to you. A little piece of shard fell on you and, oh, you're bleeding a little bit. That's just all that it is, boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? And now, because people are not buying that, the only ones that's buying that are the dick riders, are the ones that really just want to hate just to hate and, just want to, I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know. They're the only ones that's buying it, but everybody else is not, which is the majority of the people, the majority of the public is not. And then you want to come out and now your people want to say, he said, the people said, All this happened after Megan found out that some stuff was about to be exposed a couple of weeks ago. And so, about the case, this new evidence was about to come out. The new said evidence is the fact, quote unquote, that the bodyguard, either it was his bodyguard or Kelsey's bodyguard, overheard Kelsey say that night, calling her husband, saying that she shot Megan 3 times and all this stuff, and then another 2 times went off and all that or whatever. Mind you, saying that he's ready to come forward and to say something about this and put this testimony out there. So let's talk about it. Because this, again, it makes no sense. And this is just showing how stupid his legal team is and the people around him are. They're grasping for straws. First of all, this is hearsay. Second of all, if all of this, why didn't you testify at your trial to try to defend yourself, to put this out here so that you can either get reduced time or no time for this offense and only time for the gun charge? Okay. They had the evidence and said that there was gunshot residue on you. Okay. And Kelsey. So y'all was in close proximity of each other. Okay. When it first came out and people were saying that Kelsey did it, you literally, Tori, commented and said, no, she didn't. If she did it, why were you on that phone call apologizing so much to her? And if the bodyguard knew, why did it take for you to do at least 2 years already in jail for him to now want to come out and say something instead of doing that at your initial trial? Because now you got the money to pay him off to lie? It's not making any sense. I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm just trying to make it make sense for me. And each and every way that it goes, it's just not making sense. And that's why I'm not taking it serious. So I'm going to say, well, y'all acting like, y'all don't support, y'all doing all this stuff, whatever, being delusional, but y'all don't support on the charts and all this stuff. Baby, you don't support Tory. You don't support Tory. Come out with an album, it don't go number 1. It don't go top 5. It don't go top 10. There is no song charting on the billboards. And if it did get there, it left literally that day. You're not streaming his shit like that. And at the end of the day, even if Megan stuff don't chart no more, Megan got options. Okay? Options, brand deal, acting, products, all of that stuff. Megan is fine. At the end of the day, Megan will be fine. Okay? But at the end of the day, he's going to still be in jail because this is not going to get him out. People get injured in jail all the time. That don't reduce their time like that. Okay? People get injured in jail all the time. People get new evidence, come in, try to appeal. It don't always work, okay? Especially when it don't make sense. And this is not making sense. I really thought they had something. You know what I'm saying? Something to make me be like, well, maybe. Nothing has made me say, well, maybe. Because y'all know, I'm a bitch that's gonna, if I need to eat my words, girl, I'm gonna eat it. Okay? I'm gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Okay, well, you proved that. My bad, shawty. I ain't above saying I was wrong. But I ain't been given nothing like that to say I was wrong for my opinion. So, that's that with Tory Lanez. Baby, ain't nobody sweating him. And I just hope that she's not worried about this whole shit because, again, that's hearsay. And hearsay cannot necessarily be proven in court of law. And then I seen somebody talk about something, she finna go to jail. For fucking what? What crime did she commit? She said what she said, and she gave her testimony, and that's it. And she let it the fuck go. Y'all the one that can't let it go. Y'all so hyper-focused, and that is scary because the fact that y'all are so, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about the ones that's bent on being negative, bent on, trying to make her life hell. This is a complete stranger that you don't know. And what she do, what he do, none of these people's lives affect you in any type of way. At the end of the day, even with Tory being in jail, Because y'all like to bring up money and stuff. He still got more money than you. Even with Megan going through all this stuff, she still got more money than you. She still got more avenues than you. And you still got to go out and you got to work your 9 to 5 and you got to work your ass off and hope that you come up with the rent money for the next month that you are here. Come up with that money to pay your phone bill so you can continue to do what you do on your little Twitters, okay? Unless you're using free Wi-Fi from McDonald's or the AT&T store or from the library. Y'all act like this is a 9 to 5, baby. As much as y'all be doing, it's very sickening. It's very sickening. And the fact that you don't understand or see that is damn near mental. And let's talk about it, and let's get into that more, because we got this whole thing with DDG. Halle Bailey came out. Well, the news came out, and let me see. Can I pull it up? Okay. Halle Bailey claims that DDG attacked her multiple times. She got a restraining order against him. And people, what really bothers me about this whole situation and the way that I was talking about how people just dedicate their lives to just, making other people's lives miserable and they want to dick ride. It's okay if you like a person. It's okay if you stand a person, but you also cannot lose touch with reality. And when you make your whole personality this other person, you're the one that has the problem. You have a problem that you need to go get fixed and worked on, because that is not a good look. That is not right. And you're going to hurt somebody and probably hurt yourself, because you're going to become one of those crazed fans. And then you're eventually going to turn on said person that you're going so hard for, because they won't notice you. They will never notice you. And then you're going to get upset that they don't notice you with all the shit that you've been doing in name of them when they didn't ask you to. And because you can't get that acknowledgement from them the way that you want, or the way that you expect it, or the way that you feel entitled to get, you're going to turn on them. And then you get shit like what happened to John Lennon, Rebecca Schaefer. That's what happened. Look those people up and tell me, Johnny Versace. Shit like that. That's why stan culture today scares the fuck out of me. It scares the fuck out of me so bad. Because it's too much. People are literally on the brink. Y'all doing a lot. She said that she has had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her. She filed a police report, and now she wants a court order protection from the father of her child. She was granted this. And again, for the people saying, oh, this is all made up, whatever, she had the proof. It's not easy to get a restraining order against somebody. It's very not easy. You have to have valuable evidence to get a restraining order, okay? Because it's people that go try to get restraining orders and order of protections and all that stuff, and they get denied sometimes, okay? So obviously she had enough evidence to show that shit has been going on for a minute. In docs filed Tuesday in LA, she claims that things got physical in January. They broke up back in October. Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a conversation with the rapper about the child visitation schedule. And as she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out my car, bitch." Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her too, which she showed a picture. It's chipped. It's not so visible. You see how mine is chipped? It's a little bit like that. But you gotta look, but it's definitely chipped, okay? Halle says she was in pain and crying. Although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo, so she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Oh, she told the family what happened. And they did nothing. Once they told her to take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with bruises on her arms to go along with the chip too. She attached the photos of the alleged injuries in her request for the restraining order, and yeah, there's visible bruises on her arm. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom, and texted a picture of Haley's, or I should say Haley's empty bed to her, along with the text saying, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." Hallie says she interpreted that text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. Mind you, they're not even together. Mind you, he's fucking other people, too. What is the issue? 4 days later, she claims he really exploded when he came back to her house. Hallie told him she and the baby were sick, and she didn't want Halo to leave home. And she claims that that's when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera, and ran away with Hallie's phone. As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out his window and yelled to her, "Go get it, bitch." The incident prompted Hallie to file a police report, and says that she also has the Ring camera footage to back up her side of the story. It also was around the time when DDG claimed on X that he has been. This is when he was up on Twitter. This is when he was up on Twitter and on his stream trying to say that he was trying to see Halo. He wasn't being allowed to see his son. He just wanted to see his son. All of that shit. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Then we attached some text messages or whatever. And basically, the final straw came just last weekend, when she said she was vacationing with Halo and her sister in St. Lucia. And she says that DDG texted her links to her social media posts claiming that she was on the island with Brent Fayaz. I know Brent is like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Okay? Because this dumb idiot listening to the likes of his dumbass fans, okay, and that wants him to be so innocent, and listening to woman-hating ass, bitch-ass academics who just, ain't he supposed to be going to jail or something? Like, don't he got a rape charge against him too? Like, he's just so fucking stupid. And put that rumor out there that she fucking around with Brent Fayez and that she had cheated on him with him. Okay. And mind you, even if she was out there on the island with him, if that was the case, which it wasn't, you're not together. But she even posted her own videos and all of that stuff to show that she is not out there with no nigga. She's out there with her sister and her son. Okay, I'm sitting here like, y'all are so damn dumb and gullible, his fucking fans. Hallie replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon." The judge granted Hallie a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away, gave her permission to take Halo to Italy with her for 2 months where she'll be filming a movie. He also has to stop posting or streaming about their child and her. Claims that her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. And she is absolutely correct. So let's go into this whole thing. When them two got together, I never understood it. Okay? And let's clear this up right here, because I know it's going to be some people who want to be on his side and think that what he did is right, or, what did she do to provoke him? I hate you people that do that too. Okay? Nobody said that this girl was an angel. Nobody said that she was innocent in anything. Nobody said that she was perfect. That's the image that y'all wanted to put on her. And she's showing y'all that that's not her. She never said that was her. Just because she played the Little Mermaid don't mean that she's this little innocent, I need help, damsel in distress type of bitch. That ain't her. Okay? That's never been her. Y'all clearly don't. Well, that's fine if you don't. But I've seen clips where she clearly said the bitch fights. Okay? Chloe is the one that'll cry. Halle is the one that'll get down. Okay? So, yeah, I get that. But let's clear that up. Nobody thinks she's innocent. Nobody thinks she's perfect. Nobody says she's an angel. That's the perception that y'all want to put on her because y'all seen her as that ever since you seen her as a little kid. She's not a little kid. She's halfway to 30. Okay? She's a mother. All right? And you make your own narratives about this woman because you don't see her cutting up online the way that you see DDG cutting up online. And let's just think about this. He brings everything to the internet because, one, he is a streamer and that is his job. I guess the job that really does pay him, because this music shit that he's trying to do, I don't give a fuck how many fans you claim that you have. Them motherfuckers do not buy your shit. You got all these goddamn people trying to come at this girl. All these people that be looking at your stream and you only sold 11,000 copies of your album. Okay. You should have way more the way that they dick ride, right? Exactly. Honestly, every fucking artist should have way more than that the way that the stands of the fans dig right. Like, for real. That's just a general statement for every artist. My girl, everybody's fans, fave and all that stuff, to be quite honest, right? And so you got that going on. They get together. I didn't understand it. I did not know DDG was that popular and was of a streamer, and I didn't even know that he was a streamer like that. I just thought he was like one of those little YouTubers that work with other YouTubers, mainly the white ones and all that stuff, and the ones that be white adjacent, the black ones that be white adjacent that literally only cater to the white audiences. The first time that I ever seen him was back when I seen a video of another YouTuber, Easy, the lesbian, whatever, she bisexual to me, the lesbian that caters to men, okay? She had him and Deshaun Frost. Them was the first time I ever see them, heard of them. Didn't go into them because I'm like, these motherfuckers younger than me. I don't get the streaming thing or whatever. Just sitting there watching a person do what all day? Like, just sit at the computer all day. Y'all watch me for a couple of hours. Okay? Give or take 20 to 30 minutes, okay? On a regular video. And then sometimes y'all don't even watch. Y'all just put it on in the background and go about doing your job. I can't imagine just sitting there watching somebody on a computer streaming all day. Okay, I mean, if it make a lot of money, get your money made, but it's just not for me. I'm just not that type of person. I ain't got that attention span. I got to do something, you know? That's why it's a hard time for me to go live. Y'all be like, go live. I got to be in the mood to do some shit like that. And I just don't. But I'll give y'all one eventually. I'm going to get better. But, yeah, them two got together, and I was just really confused by that. Because back then, I don't think he was known. But he wasn't that known mainstream like he is now. And I don't care what anybody say. Yes, he had his own money. Yes, he had his own particular, I guess, fame in that world a little bit. But once he got with Halle, because Halle is connected to Beyonce, connected to Jay-Z, connected to the mainstream, now she's connected to the Disney world. That means you have black eyes on you, you have Asian eyes on you, you have white eyes on you, you have the whole fucking world eyes on you, right? Okay, yeah, so you are in a wide range audience right now. And that's why, at this moment, I feel he is more so talked about because of her. And that's why I feel like he's a cloud chaser, and he's been chasing that ever since they got together, and I've always felt that way. And see, this is when the red flags for me started, because I was just like, we all noticed that she loved him way more than he ever loved her. She was head over heels for that man, okay? And that's why she probably let a lot of stuff continue and did not say anything, because at the end of the day, she was in love with him deep, and everybody said, oh shit, we lost her, she's so in love with him and everything, that type of shit. And plus, she respects the fact that that's the father of her child, and she still wants her child to have a relationship with his father. All right? Meanwhile, she never came out on the internet and trashed him for anything besides that one time when he went on Castanet's stream and she did not know that they was her baby was gonna be over there. That was the one and only time she came out and she said something about him that wasn't in the most positive way, And that really wasn't that bad, okay, compared to the shit that he's done throughout the whole relationship timeline, right? First red flag for me was when he had her in a music video so that he can get views, because this was around the time that she was actively filming Little Mermaid, right? People were talking about that. A lot of eyes was on her because it was negative and positive, because, you know, the racism and all that stuff was coming out, and we was defending and everything, and woo 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 woo. And that was one for me. Two was when they was going on the promo tour for the Little Mermaid, right? And he literally got in his feelings about the way that she was with, or her male co-workers were, or co-stars were with around her. Y'all remember when he did that song, or he put that one song out, and it was part of it. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but this is what made its rounds and came to the blogs, because he was shading Halle about the male co-stars being around her. Mind you, this is just promo. Like, what? And then you want to put it in a text message, talk about you're going to ruin your image, and this is going to fuck up your image, and you trying to ruin your image. This is all this. Like, what are you talking about? Then you put up in there them tweets about her image and everything. She never tried to portray herself as one thing over another. If you are a real person, you already know that ain't nobody on this planet Earth a goody two-shoes through and through. Ain't nobody on this planet Earth a perfect little angel that ain't got no secrets, no flaws, no nothing. And she never gave that. Y'all may have wanted to think that, but she never gave that to me. I know how them motherfuckers are. She probably wild as shit. But she media trained. But she's level fucking headed. But she's mature for her fucking age. Okay? And the people probably around, she got actual good people around her that's telling her, don't fucking act out on the internet. Bitch, she got fucking Beyonce in her corner. What they say, do what Beyonce do? Beyonce don't act out on the internet. So why the fuck am I going to act out on the internet? My mentor is telling me don't fucking do that shit. My mentor tells me don't fucking, and my family tells me don't fucking read the comments. Chloe has said that. Halle has said that. Like, yeah, don't read the comments. Don't be on the internet looking at what people really got to say like that. You know? But chat, DDG will get onto the internet and rile up his base so that he can get attention and so that they can go and attack her. And we saw this when he did the whole situation again with the Halo situation, saying, oh, I can't see my son, I haven't seen my son and all this stuff. And then come to find out the baby had RSV and the baby was sick. That is very highly contagious and very, very dangerous for a child his size, his age. And you want to take the baby out of the home and go into the car, go over to your house. No, we're going to keep the baby here. We're going to let him get his lungs and his respiratory system clean and back in good health. And then once he's good, we can let you get him. He took that and came onto the internet and had all these people, including some y'all up in my comments, coming at this girl for that. That is a form of manipulation. That is a form of abuse, okay? Again, as I said earlier, abuse comes in different forms. Manipulation comes in many forms, okay? He literally manipulated the situation to have people trash her. And if you want to defend him and you see this pattern that has just been laid out for you, how do you defend something like that? How do you defend a man or a person that will literally set their partner up, or the mother of their child, the father of their child, to be shitted on, to be trashed on the internet by their fans? Now, one time has Halle came out and said, I hate this nigga, don't support this nigga, don't do nothing for this nigga. When that scandal came out where Ruby Rose had said that he was up in her inbox still trying to talk to her and all this stuff, and people was like, see, Halle, this is why we told you not to go with that nigga and all this shit. And she was like, it's good, we talked about it, y'all need to chill the fuck out. She was still on his side, taking up for him. He ain't never gave that shit back to her. Ain't never gave it back to her. But you want me to believe that she lying about this? Mind you, I didn't even know. First of all, I didn't know shit about no damn Ruby Rose. Okay? Didn't know nothing about him to even know that he and her went together at one point. But the people to saying Ruby Rose had already came out and said that he was abusive to her as well. So, like, are we just going to bypass all of that? That's the same thing like with Tory. The whole Megan incident ain't the first time he's been abusive to a woman or had allegations of abuse against him from a woman. Like, I just don't understand how do you support and still want to be like, oh, well, he ain't do nothing. Oh, this a setup. And again, Rock Nation got something to do with this. Oh, you lying. You trying to bring this black man down. I actually seen somebody say, this is all promotion for his album. So this is how y'all give yourselves away. Either it's bots or y'all really stupid when you say something dumb like this. Why would somebody want to play into the domestic abuse realm to promote an album that don't nobody give a damn about? What? That makes no sense. We don't use promo like that. We don't. How would you use promo like that to sell an album when it's gonna fuck up your like what? Y'all have got to be not y'all, okay, but you know what I'm talking about. His fan. Just dumb. Just dumb. And they're young. And that's the thing. The ones that are real and they're doing this, they're young as shit. Okay. And so you do all of this stuff. And even when the video came out of him actually being on stream and you're with that fuck nigga Aiden Ross or whatever, who said that nasty shit about Dolce, like, you're with racist people. Okay. And the people that you hang around with, like, I knew it was over and done. Like, I had to take a step back a little bit from them when I seen that them bitches was on goddamn stream with Blueface and Krishan. I said, what the fuck? Hallie, what the hell are you doing? And I said, you know what? You a grown ass woman. You so deep in love. You'll figure it out for yourself. And now you got to figure it out in the worst way. You know, sometimes you just got to let people learn shit on their own. And be there to help them get it back up if you really care. Okay? It ain't no I told you type of moment. I'm not that type of person right about now. Because, again, she don't deserve this. A lot of us have done some stupid shit for love, or that we thought was in love and tolerated a lot of bullshit. And then for his mama to come out and say, you know, she been quiet too long and all this stuff. Maybe it's time for her to say some shit. What she say? I don't usually comment or say anything on this internet, even with all the negativity, the lies, and hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I've been quiet too long. Mind you, she spelled two T-O instead of T-O-O. Okay? Baby, don't say nothing at all. Don't say nothing at all. Because you just gave yourself away. You're literally the type of boy mom that will stand up for their child and know that they are wrong as shit and still back them through and through. You the worst type of boy mom. Okay? That's why boy moms get fucking bad reps. Alright? And I know not all of them are like that, but you the worst kind. Okay? Because not one son, but both sons are just fuck niggas. Because the other one having issues with his baby mama. She don't want shit to do with him. Don't want him to see the kid. Don't want nothing. So if you, and y'all putting all this shit on stream. So just because he didn't put this shit on stream, you really want us to believe that he couldn't be this way? Girl, hush your mouth and don't say nothing else, okay? Because then the people going to get on your ass. You are benefiting from him because he paying for everything. I understand that. And you don't want that money to dry up, and you getting allegations like this and this, a restraining order and all that stuff, that probably can make that shit drop a little bit, drop a couple of sponsorships and all that stuff or whatever. But at the end of the day, your son did this shit. She told you what was going on, and you ain't do nothing about it. I mean, granted, you probably can't really do nothing about it because he grown. But the way that you talking right here, you ain't say nothing about it to him. And then for the little sister or whatever, bitch, you keep your mouth closed too. Okay, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing because he be nasty to your ass too. I seen the clips. He be nasty to your ass too. Okay? Anybody like the family is weird. The family is weird. And at the end of the day, I don't understand streamers. I'm just like with everybody. I don't want to generalize, but the main ones that are, because, and this is why I don't want to generalize, because I know that there 9 out of 10 are good streamers out there who are very positive and exude a lot of positivity. But the ones that probably get a lot of the notoriety and probably get a lot of attention and everything is the ones that, participate in this red pill type of shit, cater to the incels, cater to, the women hating type of people, whatever, them type of ones, them type of ones. We see a whole bunch of them, the academics, the DDGs, and all of that shit. And I just wouldn't want to be involved with somebody like that. I don't, because somebody that has to put their life on stream just to make money 24 hours like this, the fucking Truman Show, baby, I don't know. No, you're not about to see everything that I do, okay? I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Using my life as content, using our relationship as content. That's why I don't like these family channels. I don't like the majority of these couple channels, okay? One of my lesbian couples, they done broke up. I already knew it was coming. I was like, this just don't feel right. But damn, bitch, you done broke up. She done gone back to England. You done came back over here. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I will never go with somebody that's, I couldn't go with somebody that's on, like, if I do YouTube, I don't want to be with somebody that's a popular YouTuber. I cannot. Because you're not about to spray my business. When we break up or when I stop fucking with you or whatever. Whether we friends or anything like that. I could be cool with people. And see, I've been in situations early on in my YouTube, if you want to call it career, I guess. Being on YouTube early on. I've had a couple of situations. Y'all see me today and I don't engage in anything. I don't like the drama. I don't like to talk about other YouTubers or whatever unless they're the main big YouTubers that always be in the news on the blogs. That's the only reason why you would get me to say something about it. But other than that, if it wasn't in the blogs, I truly don't care to mention any YouTubers because I'm not in the business for drama. I don't want to talk negatively about my peers, whether I agree with them, like them, or not. That's not what I do, okay? I don't want that drama. I like fun. I like positivity. Do a little shady shit. Sometimes we get real serious. Sometimes we do have a little negative moments or whatever that we got to get out. But for the most part, I like to be cool, calm, collected, and I like to just be fun over here. I like to be open with y'all for the most part. I like for this to be a safe place. I really do. Okay? I'm not for the drama and all that stuff or whatever. And I don't got time to be embroiled in drama or whatever. Absolutely no. Because I know how that feels to have, everybody on the YouTube streets. So all that stuff, the social media, want to be up in your business and, oh, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, you gonna say this back. And I've been through that. It was a terrible time. It was traumatic. It was very fucking traumatic. And that's part of the reason why it's so hard for me to even open up and want to let people even on YouTube fully into my circle. Because I do know, and I have seen with my own two eyes, people that have made friendships, like lasting friendships from people off of social media, people off of YouTube and all of that stuff or whatever. And it's just because once I go through certain experiences, 1 or 2 times, it stunts me and it just makes me it just makes me afraid to go and go back into that because I've been burned once or twice already. And it's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, bitch, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It gives that very much. All right. That's why I don't know, y'all. Y'all will fuck around with somebody. Because listen, bitch, y'all be seeing on Twitter and girl, especially on TikTok. Girl, I live on TikTok now, okay? Oh, my God. I be up on there like, and I be stumbling up into everybody and all their mama's business. I'm like, who the fuck is this? You are airing them out. I never want to be that person that get aired out like that. I never want, baby. Ooh, absolutely not. First of all, I'm a grown-ass woman. Second of all, we talk about things. I don't do that type of shit. And you ain't going to get the response that you want from me. Okay? You try to, it's just not going to happen. Because even like when I'm online and on Twitter, whatever, I don't argue back and forth with people. I don't. Back in the heyday, when I was a little bit younger, naive or whatever, starting out, yeah, I go back and forth. I used to go back and forth for a bitch. I can't stand a bitch now. I can't stand a bitch now. Okay. And I be sitting back like, damn, bitch, you used to ride hard for that hoe. And you can't stand that bitch now. And I just and it ain't even because of the situation. It's just because I'm looking and I'm like, what? There has been no growth in a person. Like, I know people are not perfect. People are not perfect. I'm not perfect. But you have to you mean to tell me you're not really working on yourself because you are literally doing the same shit and in the same position, okay? Every fucking time. The only time people talk about you is when drama is around. And the only reason why that happens, and that is the end all be all for you, is because you made it that way. That's how you came onto the scene. And at least you had good shit to back it up. But at this point, it's more so drama than people give a damn about the music and the product that you want to put out. Tamar. Like, bitch. I didn't even know she put out a fucking song, bitch. Don't nobody give a shit about your music at this point, bitch. Like, it's just really irky because, and people probably like, damn, you really going, because when you know somebody and you really got to know somebody and you really genuinely cared about that person and you didn't want nothing from that person, just them to be cool, them to be successful, y'all to be cool or whatever, and you roll for them for real, like I have a friend who loves K Michelle down, but when they would and can't stand the fuck out of Tamar, and this was so many years ago, and till this day they still the same, never changed, okay? And I don't talk about her in front of me like that. Don't do that. And they respect that shit. Now I don't give a fuck. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you can't want more for a person than what they want for them. And that's what it was with Tamar. That's why I cussed deep, because we were building a real friendship and then it derailed because of her. And then, you try to get it back and then it goes off the rack again because of her. And it's a whole type of, yes, she like kiss asses around her. That's basically what it is, okay? And I'm not the one that's gonna do that. But at the same time, you just you see the potential, and you know deep down inside that there's a good person there. And it's like, put that on full display all the fucking time. Let the people get to see this and change that narrative about yourself. That you're all about mess, that you're all about drama and controversy and everything. And yet, you don't do that. She goes a time when nobody is really talking about her. People do talk positive about her. And then she'll fuck that shit up and everything will be a negative. For the last few times that we said something about her, it's been negative. You're still harping on this Candy situation. Candy ain't do shit to you, okay? And if she did, she ain't do it the way that you said it. You exaggerated it. I wasn't even there, but I know how the fuck you are. So you exaggerated it. Okay? Second of all, you being on that Nene Leakes show, whatever the fuck you want to call that, Nene Leakes the same way. But I still got hope for Nene. I don't have hope for Tamar. Okay? Nene Leakes got, asked her about the real. Of course, that's the biggest thing that ever happened to that lady. One of the biggest controversies that ever happened to her. Scandals that ever happened to her. And at the end of the day, I need you to just realize that you got kicked off that show because of yourself and your husband. That's just what it is. Okay? That's just what it is. You could put it on Lonnie. You could put it on Jenny. You could put it on anybody else on that goddamn show. You got kicked off that show because of you. Okay? And mind you, I ain't even a Lonnie Love fan like that. Well, I ain't a fan at all. She a little corny to me. But, yeah. Okay? But to get on this show years later and to get up here and you talk about this woman and you fat shamed her, called her a big back Cadillac, when that woman has not said anything negative at all about your ass in public that I can recall, hear me out. I said that I can recall. And the first thing you say when you hear her name is you call her a big back Cadillac, while you sitting on this woman's show that is on YouTube, Okay, and no shade to that, because bitch, I'm on here too. All right. You're not getting booked for Tamron Hall. You put out a single that didn't nobody give a fuck about because it sounded dated as shit. It had potential. It had potential. And you were singing, but it just sounded dated as shit. That was my only problem. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody on the blogs is talking about that. But then you get your ass up on Nene's show with that fucking wig on your head, with them edges. The wigs start back here. You look a fool. And you want to call Lonnie a big bad Cadillac. And for what I heard, she losing weight. And you losing edges. Why would you let them people put that shit on your hair like that? Did she have a little cream or something that was supposed to make your edges? Baby, go get you some fucking Sacred. Because I've been seeing the results, okay? Baby, I got Sacred all up in my shit, bitch. You see that? You see that? Okay? You ain't finna have me out here looking a fucking fool, bitch. No, the edges are good. It's moisturized. It's glistening. Baby, girl, a big back Cadillac. And as my good bro, Kevin from the Scorpion Show said, how you gonna call her a big back Cadillac when you made a baby with a nigga bigger than her? And you was with him for years. Oh my God, that shit is so fucking funny. The fucking audacity, bitch. Now you just playing into the perception that a lot of people thought that you was only with that man because of his money. Was you over there calling that nigga fat and shit when you was mad? You give me that type. I'll tell you this. I'll give you this, though. That bitch ain't never called me fat. She called me a bitch. But she probably called me fat on her own time. But she ain't never called me a fat bitch to my face. But that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if at the end of the day, I am a fat bitch. So it is what it is. That shit don't hurt me. You know? But I'm just saying, you was doing that to that man. That is so... Kevin, you ate with that bitch. You ate with that bitch. Because I wasn't even thinking about Vince when she said that shit. And when he put that, I said, you know what? Honestly, you are correct. That is... Remember when Trina said, you don't get tired of climbing that mountain, bitch? That shit took me out. And how offense... She took offense to that, bitch. But you, because you don't like Lonnie, because you feel like Lonnie did this, Lonnie did that. Girl, let it the fuck go. Okay? Everybody else has moved on. Adrienne got her child, her husband. You know, she doing her Christian thing. She's so happy. Tamara, she got her MAGA husband. She happy over there with the things that she doing. You can't even hate on that. She happy. Okay, if that's what she want to do, let her do it. But she's joyful. Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore thee. Okay? Jenny Mine, you know, she going through a little couple of things, but for the most part, the bitch still getting gigs. The bitch still getting gigs. I don't really fuck with her, but, you know, the bitch still getting gigs. I can't really say nothing negative right now, okay? Lonnie out there doing her thing, too. Okay? You the only one that's being out in the fucking stuff with drama and shit, and I hate that for you. I fucking hate that for you because it's wasted fucking talent. I wish that she could have just came out and just let her talent speak for herself, bitch. Okay? She didn't need all these damn antics. Like, you have a phenomenal voice. You are damn near 50 years old, and your voice is still very much intact. Still very much intact. Can still blow a lot of these bitches out the fucking water. And you wasting that shit. You wasting that shit. You are. You are. And I hate it. What the fuck? It's very irky. It's very disappointing. And you know, somebody probably gonna be like, oh, you a hater, you a hater. Baby, it's not no hater. Okay? Ain't no hate in my heart for nobody. I just tell the truth and opinion. Sometimes the truth is hard to stomach. Okay? I don't hate her. So, well, I hate abusers. So there's that. But, bitch, let me tell you something. You know what? And then Chris Brown putting up a goddamn post talking about some free Tory Lanez. Bitch. Christopher, I be trying not to go there with your ass because I know at the end of the day, I can say all the shit that I say, motherfuckers still gonna be supporting these people, and that's just really how it goes. Okay, we could voice our opinions, but motherfuckers still gonna support, and that is y'all right. Okay, and just like it's my right and other people's right to give their opinions, and your right to give everybody else's opinion too, and that's your right to support who you want to support. It's a free country, it's a free world, all of that. Well, I ain't gonna fix free world. You motherfucking terrorists. Did you hear about that girl that got that? I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, bitch. You put that up there, and that really just made me more pissed off at my baby mama. That's why when the girls cut her up over this shit, I can't say nothing to defend her, because I say bitches deserve. Okay? It's deserved. Now, that really pissed me off. That really pissed me off. And she just did this thing about, on BT or whatever, you know, about motherhood and all that stuff. And, you know, I hate to put my girl in the eye of fire. But, you know, like I said, you can't pick and choose, bitch. You can't pick and choose. You got to call it out. And I call it out. I call it out. You just did that shit talking about, you know, you and Megan being up there, being friends and all that stuff. Y'all probably click-clack buddies and y'all doing the shit at Coachella and you love her and all that stuff. Then you up in his comments talking about something. Oh, I want to be the opening act. Let me put on your stage. Girl, I know you worked with him in the past. I know you wrote for him. I know you produced for him. I know you vocal this and all that shit. And then you put that up in the comments and then you see this shit. This motherfucker talk about some free tort. Okay, girl. That really pissed me off. I was like, damn, bitch, my girl said some shit, and this nigga gonna say that. Mind you, I know people that's really like diehard Chris Brown fans, and I hope I'm not offending y'all. But I just feel how I feel, you know, and I personally know people. I hope I'm not offending y'all, but I just feel how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You cannot say that Tory was wrong for what he did and all that shit and be like, so I just can't, like, you support Chris Brown. That's neither here nor there. Again, these are my opinions, okay? And it's okay if you have a difference of opinions. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get mad. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the ignorance or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. And again, just don't put that ignorant shit. If it's ignorant, you can even disagree and say, I still fuck with Tory or whatever. That's fine. I still fuck with R. Kelly and all that shit. Just don't be fucking ignorant about it in the comments. Because I really don't be blocking people. I don't. I know I said that at the beginning, but I don't. I really don't. Because I don't want like I said, I want this to be a safe place. And when I say a safe place, you can say what you need to say, whether you agree with the masses or you are in the minority, okay? But you just have to say it in a respectful way. Because everybody's not going to agree. We have to understand that. Everybody's going to have a different system of opinion. And that's just what it is. And you can't, you know, it is what it is. I gotta call my mama. I wanted her to come with us so bad, but she's so goddamn self-conscious right about now, you know. But I was like, damn, bitch, you could have been sitting up there. We could have been up in the front too, cause you broke-legged it. You know what I'm saying? You talk about me and my social anxiety. My mama got it real bad. And I got all of that shit from her. And it irks me so much. Like, damn, bitch, you really want to... That's the shit you want to pass down to me? That's what you want to pass down to me? Girl, go to bed. Go to bed. But, do I got anything else to talk about? Girl... I talked enough. Y'all, like, anybody care about Catfish? I want to know what the hell happened on Catfish, because Kimmy came out. They asked her, she was in this interview or whatever. They asked her, do she still talk to anybody on Catfish? She said, I talked to some of the people up there. She don't talk to Neve. I said, girl, what? They ain't got no contact. What the fuck happened? He got mad at you left? Or you called him out on some shit? Because at one point, he had a little bit of controversy too. You know. But hey, also Janet Jackson gonna be honored at the American Music Awards. She's gonna get the Icon Award, and she's gonna perform there for the first time since 2018. She already had 11 awards already, and I'm looking forward to it. She pissed me off too. Y'all know. See, bitch, I call my own. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say you gotta hold everybody accountable. Because when that bitch came out in that interview and said, is Kamala really black? I heard she wasn't even black. Bitch, when I tell you I was incensed. Oh, I was incensed. I said, now get the fuck. Who told you get Randy away from your ass, okay? Because you too goddamn old to be not be thinking for yourself, baby. Because that's some shit that he even said. Now let me tell you something, girl. They trying to get rid of the porn, okay? They trying to get rid of the porn over here, and I just said, girl, what they are trying to make it allow. The Republicans are taking aim at explicit content online. Now, on the one hand, certain places, you know, sometimes if it's in the benefit of, you know, trying to make it a little bit difficult to access it so that, you know, kids won't be able to get to it so easily. Like if a kid make a fucking Twitter account, the shit'll pop up. I mean, even if you don't even go searching for it, because the shit, well, I do follow some stuff, so that's why I pop up on my For You page. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, sometimes the stuff just to pop up. You know, even on TikTok, there literally is on TikTok, which I was so surprised because I thought that was a kid's app. It has become so adultified. Okay. But if it's for that, I'm okay with it. But you talk about taking all of it, bitch, stop. I'm not about to go back to paying for shit. Absolutely not. Speaking of, I got to put my stuff away. I got some, when I did a little spring cleaning, I found some old DVDs. Back in the day, baby, I'm that old where you used to have to pay. Like you bought the compilation DVDs. Oh yeah, girl. I got a little collection. I said, damn, bitch. I was and what the fuck were you into? You was into a lot of shit, you freaky bitch. Hey, ain't no shame about my game. But anyway, yeah. Also, the BET Awards, for anybody that care, you should, because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to review it. If anything, that's one of the award shows that I'm always going to review, and y'all ain't got to ask about it. It's coming on June. I'll call it later. I'll call it in a minute. It's coming on June 9th. Okay? Just to let y'all know. Mind you, this is supposed to be like the 25th anniversary or something of the 106 in Park. I don't understand why y'all doing it on a Monday. What? That don't even make sense. The BET Awards be on Sundays. The last Sunday of the month. So that should have been, because it's always in Pride Month. It's the last fucking Sunday of the month, which would have been the 29th. So please explain to me, why is it coming on the 9th, the second Monday of the month? That's so weird. That's so stupid. But I'm going to still be tuned in. Kevin Hart going to be the host, so I'm going to see how that is. But anyway, y'all, honestly, put down in the comments some music that I need to listen to. I need some new music. I want some singing ass motherfuckers too. Soul stirring bitch. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. I didn't fast forward because it's my weekend. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week and your weekend. I'm going to do the same, most definitely. Okay. I might put some shit up. If you follow me on TikTok, I might put some stuff on TikTok. I had fun doing the Renaissance tour, so I might do the same thing. But anyway, y'all enjoy yourself. Thank you for hearing me out. Even if you disagree, I appreciate you for listening. You know, no hard feelings. I know I come off harsh a little times, but when I'm passionate about certain things, I tend to do so. And that's one of the things that I'm passionate about. But you guys understand, and enjoy yourself. Be safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.